De Sciglio, Bremer, Locatelli, Paredes, Pogba, Federico Chiesa, Di Maria, Marle Ake, Caio Jorge, and Dusan Vlahovic. No, I'm not telling you the lineup that will play today versus Lecce in match day 12 of Serie A, 6 p.m. Italian time. I'm just telling you the men that will not be able to travel with the team to play that important game of today. There is absolutely no excuse. We have to go there. We have to go with the 3 points, even if we play with 7 men on the field. I don't care. Nobody has to care. We have to go and to win versus Lecce. But it's true that watching all these players that are absent, and we will put Locatelli under brackets because and due to personal problems, hopefully nothing really serious for him, especially in terms of family, because we know that his wife is pregnant, so hopefully really nothing serious. But for all the other men, it is a total disaster, and like Tuttosport is saying, non è solo sfortuna, it is not only bad luck. I totally agree. Bad luck is a knock in the summer with Pogba that has an injury that he had never had before at his knee and will be out. That is bad luck. Then bad luck is not anymore that he decided to postpone the surgery, because then it's not bad luck anymore, then it's own responsibility. Bad luck is not Mattia De Sciglio that is actually having his second muscular problem of the season. This is not bad luck anymore, especially if you know that it's an injury-prone player and you decide to extend him. Bad luck can be potentially Bremer, but really strange, because Bremer never had injuries in the past. We have Vlahovic. Now he's back with growing pain. He will not travel with the team today, and we are not even sure that we will be able to see him versus Inter. We have Federico Chiesa and Paul Pogba. Federico Chiesa that is nearly 1 year that he is out, and he's still not there. Where we were all hoping to see him versus Empoli or versus Benfica. He didn't travel with the team to Benfica. We said it was a great choice, but now he will not be there versus Lecce. It's already sure that he will not be there versus Paris Saint-Germain. 99% that he will not be there versus Inter neither. So how many games do we have to see Chiesa and Paul Pogba on the field? 2 games remaining, Verona and Lazio, before the international break. And we are not even sure that we will have the number 7 and the number 10 of the old lady on the field. A total disaster that brings consequences. On top of not having these top players from Juventus on the field, on top of that, our bench start to be smaller and smaller, with less and less alternatives. It's important because when you're looking at Napoli, that is on top of Serie A deservedly, well, they already had in 11 match days of Serie A 6 points on top of that, of the one that are coming from the bench and scoring 7 different goals from the bench. 6 points earned thanks to the one that are deciding that we're not starting 11. Juventus, how many? 1 goal in Serie A. With who? With Milik. So today he will play Milik. He will not be entering from the bench. And if he scores, well, it's great and it's fine, and maybe we'll have to win, but nobody will be there as a weapon on the bench, or at least nobody with a big name, and this can be really a big problem. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Lecce Juve, 6 p.m. Italian time. We saw how many players we will miss. A lot, 10, so we'll have to try to understand, yes or no, how Juventus will line up the players today. Miretti, that I told you 2 days ago, how he can perform even more. Will that be the decision of Massimiliano Allegri? Gazzetta dello Sport, Tuttosport, they made different lineups. What is the touching point between two papers? And did they watch the video, yes or no? Because apparently they watch and they learn a bit. Is Allegri watching as well? We will discover it. Guys, put a maximum of like, subscribe to the channel. We go with Gazzetta dello Sport, who's speaking about Antonio Conte. Why? Because Asamoah, ex-Juventus player, ex-Inter player, the link between them is because he was trained by Antonio Conte at Juventus, by Antonio Conte at Inter. He spoke about it and he said, Juventus, you need more hunger. He's not speaking about today. He's speaking about the future. He's speaking about next year, because he said the ideal name, if you want, again, to have a lot of hunger, is Antonio Conte. We'll come back on Antonio Conte, but first of all, if you don't want to miss any news about Juventus, if you want to be up to date with every news, with every best possible news, if you want to read articles, being prepared, but also for the World Cup, for example, the 55 names from Spain with the big name De Gea that is out of that temporary lineup of 55 men, well, you have every single news on OneFootball. Best application possible for iOS and for Android. It's totally free. The link is in the description. I count on you. If you want a really free app, that's the best one. We continue with Antonio Conte. Guys, yesterday I made a video about it. I spoke about Antonio Conte, the pros, the things that are against Antonio Conte. I asked your opinion, and a lot were really diverse. Some really yes, because he's the best man to rebuild a team, and then a lot of others that are saying no, because we saw his result in Champions League. It's also a trainer that betrayed Juventus. He's a trainer that is there for maximum 2 years, absolutely not for a long-term project. So I was asking myself, is it only on the community of GJustjuve or not? So on social media, I saw a beautiful poll with nearly 2,700 people, Juventini, that voted, and we see that the results are really close. 50-50, 49.8 for a yes and 50.2 for a no. Guys, if you didn't have the opportunity yesterday to speak about it, let me know in the comment. A name that will probably unify all Juventini is Alessandro Del Piero. Guido Tolomei, that anticipated Vlahovic and Pogba and so on, that is really close to some people, some sources that are internal at Juve. He said, attenzione, because at the moment nothing is 100% done yet. But Alessandro Del Piero is closer and closer and closer to enter the management of Juventus. The role we don't know, but he could enter. And the last times, the last year when we saw Alessandro Del Piero at the stadium saying hello, him traveling to watch the team and so on. The last time versus Benfica, unfortunately, we lost, where he was shaking hands with Andrea Agnelli. Some images that it was a long time ago that we didn't see, could be the signs that Alessandro Del Piero could come and enter the Juventus management. If yes, let me know in the comment, and tell me also what role do you see Del Piero taking over. Now we have to come back on Lecce versus Juve of today with the squad list. The squad list that is saying actually that we have the 3 goalkeepers, they remain the same, nobody's injured there, and that's good. But then the defenders, Danilo, Alexandro, Gatti, Bonucci and Rugani. Big questions about Rugani, that apparently is not even at 100%. Big question on Bonucci, that some people are saying, hey, after the really disaster versus Benfica, maybe he will be on the bench. We don't know. How many players do we have? Not a lot. Midfielders, hey guys, short midfielders, 4 central midfielders with 2 from the youth academy from the past. We have Fagioli, we have Miretti, but also McKennie and Rabiot. On the wings, we have the only Cuadrado and Kostic Philip. In the strikers, a lot of players from the next gen, and really next gen, we are speaking about Compagnon, Ealing Jr. Then young players like Sule, Moiskin, and then Arkadiusz Milik that will play. That's a certainty at the moment. So Tuttosport is going with a 4-2-3-1 with Miretti right behind Milik. That can be the invention of today, with Cuadrado on the right side, Kostic on the left side, and then we see Bonucci playing with Alexandro. Even Alexandro is not at 100%. Gazzetta dello Sport, instead, they are also going with that 4-man defense, and that's the touching point between the two lineups. Instead, Danilo in the center of the defense with Gatti and Cuadrado on the right, so without Bonucci. In the middle of the field, Rabiot and Fagioli between the lines. So as a number 10, we have Miretti behind Milik with Kostic on the left and McKennie again as a winger on the right. I don't know which one will be the correct one because they are totally diverse, but it brings me to 2 days ago when we were playing about our lineups, when we said how can we play more youth. We said one thing is important is to have Miretti not anymore playing as Locatelli or Paredes as a low regista, so the one that is giving support to the defense, but a bit more advanced, not as a number 10, but a bit more advanced, to show also a sign of Juventus wanting to play with Miretti that is really great in doing that, because that will give a mentality to the players and to the team of Juventus to go forward instead of going backwards. Well, looking at the two lineups and looking at the article of Gazzetta dello Sport and Tuttosport, we see that Allegri is thinking about it. Did he watch the video? Did he listen to me? Did he follow me on TikTok when I was speaking about it, or the shorts on YouTube? I don't know, but apparently I spoke about it 2 days ago, and he's doing it with Miretti a bit more up front between the lines. Of course, I have put Locatelli there. I didn't know about the personal problems. Again, hopefully he will solve it super fast, because this is absolutely more important than football on the pitch. Let's see if Sule will play or if Ealing will start. Let's see if Ealing will enter the second part. He has a lot and a high chances to be decisive in that game. I'm sure that we will see him. I don't know if it will be from the beginning or not. We will understand that a bit later. Guys, Corriere dello Sport is speaking about Napoli, that today have the chance to go even further in Serie A with 3 other points. They won the last time in Champions League. They can increase their streak, their positive streak of winning victories. But Juventus will play at 18 today, 6 p.m. Italian time. Max is saying, mettiamoci la rabbia. We have to put anger, and this time I have to admit, Max, putting anger is really fun, is really nice, but I believe that Juventus need a bit more, not only anger, but guys, we need to recuperate our injuries. The management is pissed off. It was written in Tuttosport as well. The management is pissed off with all these injuries. They want solution ASAP because they don't understand it. We don't understand it. We are frustrated like this. We can't continue. It is a big problem. We have so many things to fix. We have so many things to fix to go back to be Juventus. Is the season over? Guys, losing versus Lecce could say that the season is over. It could really say that the season is over, and we can't allow it. We absolutely can't allow it. So today I'm expecting a win. A win is important today with whoever we play. No excuses of all the absence. The one that you have, you put them on the field and you try to win it. Guys, we see each other in the post-game. Before that, I will be on Twitch. You know it, pre-game and watch-along. And here, again, post-game on YouTube. Thank you for following the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Grazie, forza Juve.